Stop scrolling. This is not just a video. This is a summons, a spiritual alert that your soul has been waiting to hear. Because right now, heaven is unsealing a scroll that has your name written in fire. You feel it, don't you? Something's shifting. Inside you, around you, through you. And the world has no language for it. But your spirit remembers. You weren't abandoned. You were hidden. Not buried in failure, but planted in prophecy. Covered in silence, not because you were overlooked, but because you were too dangerous to be revealed before your appointed hour. The warfare on your name didn't start last year. It started before you were born, because the enemy saw your blueprint and launched attacks to abort it. But what they didn't know is that heaven had you wrapped in shadow for this moment. The dreams you couldn't shake, the storms that came without warning, the isolation that felt like punishment. It wasn't punishment. It was preparation. You've been walking through fire wondering why others didn't burn the same. You've been awake in a sleeping world, haunted by purpose, pursued by questions, and every time you tried to settle, your soul rebelled. Because you are not normal. You're chosen, and chosen ones don't blend in. They break through. This space you've entered, echoes of the chosen, it's not a channel. It's a gathering place, a prophetic meeting point for the remnant who refused to die in the wilderness. You didn't find this by accident. You were led here. Isaiah 49:2 says, "He hid me in the shadow of his hand. He made me into a polished arrow." That's you, hidden, honed, and now released. So stay with me until the final word, because what's being revealed in this message may explain everything you've endured. The silence, the sabotage, the sudden awakenings at 3 a.m. This is not just confirmation, it's a commissioning. The scroll is being opened, and your name is echoing through eternity. Let's begin. The veiled ones. Evidence you were always marked. There were signs, but you couldn't name them. Moments where time felt heavier around you, rooms you entered where the atmosphere changed, whispers in your spirit when others only heard noise. You tried to fit in, but life kept misplacing you, not because you were broken, but because you were branded. The fingerprint of heaven has been on you since before the womb. Jeremiah 1:5 reveals the mystery. "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart." You were not selected. You were separated, set apart, sealed, sent. The enemy saw it too. That's why the attack started early. The betrayal you couldn't explain. The rejection that didn't match your effort. The pressure in your childhood. You were marked, and therefore targeted. Like Joseph, thrown into a pit by his own blood. Not because he was wrong, but because he was right too soon. Your dreams were dangerous. Your favor was premature, and so heaven hid you. You weren't delayed, you were disguised. And now, the disguise is lifting, like morning mist peeling away from a mountain of glory. The world is about to see what God never stopped watching. The silent years. God's hidden curriculum. You thought the silence meant abandonment. You cried out and heard no echo. But silence for the chosen is not neglect, it's sacred instruction. Heaven's most powerful lessons are often whispered in the wilderness. Moses was exiled for 40 years before the burning bush spoke. David was anointed king, then sent back to sheep. Jesus, baptized in glory, was led by the Spirit into the desert. Chosen ones are always taught in obscurity before they're revealed in authority. The silence wasn't absence. It was divine surveillance. God was watching, measuring, recording every moment you stayed faithful in the unseen. Every tear sown in secret is now being recalled in heaven's archive. Psalm 27:14 whispers, "Wait for the Lord. Be strong and take heart." You didn't waste time. Time was waiting for you. Your obscurity was your ordination. There's a weight to silence that only the chosen survive, and you survived, which means you're ready. The refining flame. Betrayal, breaking, becoming. They left you. They lied on your name. Doors closed that were built to open. You questioned your worth, but the fire wasn't sent to destroy you, it was sent to define you. God allows the breaking when He's preparing the building. Job lost everything, not because God was punishing him, but because heaven was trusting him. Esther was orphaned to become a queen. Joseph was betrayed to become a deliverer. Pain is often prophecy in disguise. Every moment that crushed you was carving something eternal. Your character was forged in fire. Your discernment was sharpened through deception. Your authority was born in affliction. 1 Peter 1:7 reveals the weight. These trials will show that your faith is genuine. It is being tested as fire tests and purifies gold. You didn't burn out, you burned brighter. What wounded you was welding you. Now your scars glow with glory. They are not signs of defeat. They are proof that you survived the furnace and rose. When chosen ones run, the weight of ignoring the call. Jonah ran, not because he didn't hear God, but because he did. When you are chosen, disobedience isn't quiet. It shakes the entire sea. The storm wasn't punishment. It was pursuit. You know what it feels like? To run from the call. To quiet the dream. To pretend the fire isn't burning, but it is. And heaven won't let you go. There is no peace for a chosen one out of alignment. Missteps multiply. Doors close. Rest feels distant. Because the grace to run out expired the moment you were marked. Luke 12:48 says, "To whom much is given, much will be required." You are required. Your life is not yours to waste. You weren't rebelling. You were resisting your own assignment. But resistance can't cancel what God wrote in eternity, and the scroll is still open. Your mantle. Awakens, the unseen authority within you. There is power in you that has never been activated, not because you lacked faith, but because the timing wasn't yet holy. But now your mantle is stirring. What is a mantle? It is the spiritual weight God places on the lives He trusts. It is the cloak Elijah passed to Elisha. It is the fire that rests on your words, the weight behind your walk. You carry atmosphere-shifting glory. People feel it even if they can't explain it. Your presence disturbs darkness. Your voice interrupts patterns, because you are not just anointed, you are assigned. Luke 10:19. I have given you authority to overcome all the power of the enemy. Not some, all. You carry what hell hoped would never awaken, and it is awakening now. Heaven didn't forget, and neither did you. Heaven's instructions, what you're being sent to release. There is something heaven placed in your hands, not random, not generic, specific, strategic, divinely coded to your soul's blueprint. For Moses, it was a staff. For Esther, it was timing. For David, it was a sling. For you, it may be your words, your wisdom, your wounds. Your pain is prophetic. Your survival was the syllabus. Now your assignment is unfolding. God doesn't waste survival stories. He commissions them. Isaiah 61 commands, "Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord rises upon you." Not someday, now. Heaven is not asking for perfection. It's demanding obedience. What's in your hands? Use it, because what's coming through you isn't meant to stop with you. You are not alone. The rise of the global remnant. You've been walking like you're the only one, fighting battles no one sees, carrying mantles no one affirms, but you are not alone. There is a remnant, scattered across nations, awakening at once, feeling the same pull, hearing the same whisper, being summoned by the same God. Elijah said, "I am the only one left." And God said, "I have reserved 7,000. You are part of that reservation. Romans 11:5 confirms it. So too, at the present time, there is a remnant chosen by grace. You thought you were isolated, but you were being aligned. Echoes of the Chosen is not just a name, it's a prophetic convergence, a gathering place for the scattered light-bearers. You are not alone, you are early, and the others are coming. Echoes across time. What you carry must be released. This isn't just about your healing, your breakthrough, your blessing. This is about legacy, about nations, about echoing the sound of heaven into places your feet will never touch. Your obedience is a ripple. Your faith is a wave. Your yes is a legacy. Hebrews 12:1 reminds us, we are surrounded by a great cloud of witnesses. You are not just alive in this moment, you are echoing eternity. Your story is a scroll. Your scars are a sermon. Your life is not just a testimony, it's a trumpet. You were sent to echo what others were too afraid to speak. And now, your voice is awakening the silence of others. Your light is calling the remnant home. The scroll has been opened. There's something heaven never told you, not until now. The breaking wasn't punishment. The silence wasn't rejection. The wilderness wasn't exile. It was all divine choreography. To bring you to this exact moment in time, you weren't delayed. You were disguised, hidden for a holy hour. And this is that hour. You are not just waking up. You're rising. And all of heaven is standing to witness it. You've passed through the fire. You've carried the silence. You've survived what should have silenced you. But you're still standing. And that means one thing. You have been marked. You have been forged. And now, you are being sent. If this word lit something in you, if this scroll felt like it was written with your name on it, comment 777 right now as your sacred agreement. Tell us, what part stirred your soul? What moment cracked something open in your spirit? Your voice matters here. This isn't just a message, it's a movement. And Echoes of the Chosen is where the scattered remnant gathers to remember who they are. Subscribe to stay connected to this sacred space. Because you are not alone. You are the next echo.